It's March 22nd, 2020. It's been pretty sunny and dry here in Seattle. Let's start the update over here. The lavender and the rosemary look pretty much the same, so I'm not gonna talk too much about them. The hydrangea, as you can see, this guy is the flowers are forming nicely. Curious what the flowers look like. Here's another hydrangea. Over here, we have the snowdrop, summer snowflakes actually. You can see the flowers are forming really nicely. It was looking pretty ugly at first, but I'm surprised. They actually are looking really nice now. And there's gonna be a lot more flowers coming out from this guy. And over here we have the green onion, and you can see the green onion is gonna flower soon actually. All of them. I'm seeing four flowers right now. So yeah, wonder what the flowers look like. Down here is the tulip, and here's the peony. You can see the sprouts are getting bigger now. Over here is the mulberry. You can see the buds are getting bigger, and if you look closely, you can sort of see the leaf structure forming. Blueberry is doing the same thing. If you look closely, you can see the flowers forming, like this guys over here. And then down here we have the lily of the valley. You can see the sprouts are getting a lot taller now, speeding up for sure. And yeah, they're all gonna send out some nice flowers. Up here we have the bulb plants, the hyacinth. Flowers are fading away, as you can see. Here's some more flowers, but yeah, pretty much all done now. Crocus are done flowering, and it's just all leaves now. And then over here we have the grape hyacinth. You can see a lot of flowers coming out. Very pretty. I like the purple. Over here is the strawberry. I think the growth is speeding up now. You can see new leaves coming out, and this cluster of things looks like sort of undeveloped flowers actually, like this one over here. Looks like flowers. Over here we have a few more bulb plants. This one is Glory of the Snow. I just kind of looked it up so it's easier to pronounce. You can see a single flower. Looks very nice. Not seeing any other flowers though. Hopefully we'll get some more. Over here is the Persian pearl tulips. The flowers aren't opening. I think it's because of the weather. So I'm gonna open it for you to see what it looks like inside. So outside it's kind of magenta, and on the inside you can kind of see the yellow center. So, and we also have a lot of them, so hopefully we'll get to see one open. And this is the striped squill. I also looked up the name just before I recorded this video. And you can see over here is a bunch more flowers. That's gonna come up pretty soon. Here's another flower. I'm gonna give you a close-up. Really like the color, it's very nice. And these are the grape hyacinth. You can see this flower color is very interesting. And yeah, we have a lot of them. Really like the colors too. This is the hydrangea. Not too much to talk about. Looks pretty much the same as last week. Over here, you can actually see a tiny asparagus sprouts. So I believe they have started to wake up, but I'm not seeing any other bigger sprouts. Over here's the raspberry. You can see the sprouts are really growing now, and there's a lot of them on this stalk over here. And here's another sprout. Down here is just some more raspberry plants. Let's look at the grape. You can see the little buds are all getting bigger now, and they're slowly turning into a pinkish color. So yeah, I think the grapes are coming out really nicely. Down here's the rhubarb. Yeah, it's just sending out more leaves. Just some more bulb plants, and the daffodil, just a few flowers this year it seems like, and artichoke. For the indoor garden, the mini dendrobium, you can see the flowers have faded. It's been a few months, so that's great. Other than that, they're just sending out a lot of new growth. You can see right here, it's a new growth, and there's another new growth over here. So yeah, now after they flowered, it's now the growing season, I think. And there's a new growth over here too. Down here is the mini oncidium, pretty much the same, just a lot of new vegetative growth. Here's a few more orchids. And then here's the pear plants. You can see the leaves are coming out nicely. Over here's another orchid. The third leaf is coming out nicely. And we haven't actually looked at the phalaenopsis for a while, so let's take a look. Doesn't look like too much has changed, but there's a lot of new roots growth though. Like down here you can see a few more root tips. Here's the frizzle sizzle. You can see the flowers are coming out nicely. Here's 3 flowers that's gonna bloom. One of them has already opened. And over here you can see that new growth is getting a lot bigger now. As mentioned last week, I planted one of the baby zebra succulent plants into this succulent pot. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Over here's the bird nest fern. You can see it's sending out a lot more new leaves, so it's doing very well. Likes water, of course. And the dragon tree plants, as you can see, it's recovering finally. The new leaves are looking pretty healthy. Here's the petal plant. Looks like it's doing really well. The new leaves are getting bigger. And the hoya plant, you can see some new leaves coming out. Actually, this is gonna be a new branch. And here's another new leaf. So it's actively growing now. Lastly, we have the staghorn fern. You can see the shield frond. It's still getting bigger. Let me focus. It's looking great. And this shield frond on the other side is also getting bigger too.